Okay, so now when we're asked to find the instantaneous rate of change and the equation of the tangent line, it's going to be a much more efficient process because we have our power rule now. It's going to be a lot easier to find that derivative. Once we have the derivative, we can just plug in the value. We can get our instantaneous rate of change, which is also the derivative at a point, which is also the slope of the tangent line at a point. And then once we have the slope of the tangent line, it's a lot easier to find the equation of the tangent line. So let's do that. Let's find the instantaneous rate of change at this point, then find the equation of the tangent line at that point. So here's our function, negative 3x squared plus 8x minus 5. Again, we wouldn't want to have to do that with the limit definition. Let's use our power rule. So f prime of x is equal to negative 6x. I'm skipping that intermediate step. I think you got the hang of this now. Negative 6x plus 8 is our derivative. That's the slope of the tangent line at any point. Well, we want the slope of the tangent line at 3. So we're going to take our derivative, plug in 3. So we've got, what, negative 18 plus 8, so that's negative 10. So we need slope and a point, so that's the instantaneous rate of change. Okay, the derivative at a point is the instantaneous rate of change at that point. Then we've got to find the equation of the tangent line. So equation of the tangent line, we need the slope and we need a point. So we've got the slope. We got f prime of 3 is negative 10. We've got the slope. We need the point. We only have the x coordinate. Where does the y coordinate come from? The function. Okay, we've got to plug in 3 into our function here and find out what the y value is. So that is negative 3 times 9 plus 24 minus 5. Y'all can probably do this in a few less steps, but negative 27 plus 24 is negative 3, minus 5 is negative 8. So slope of our tangent line is y minus y. So y minus negative 8 is y plus 8 is equal to the slope, negative 10 times x minus the x, which is 3. Leave it in point slope form. There's no reason, unless it's just killing you, but you better be careful with your math. If you solve this, let's see here, that's positive 30 minus 8, so positive 22. Got to make sure you're careful if you're putting that in slope-intercept form instead of point slope form. Okay, this is totally accepted on the AP exam. There's no reason not to use it. Most of the time on the AP exam, they have that form. And also, if you had to if you had to put it in a form where it was just y equals, then how about you just stick a minus 8 on the end? Okay, make sure your parentheses in the right spot and just move the 8 by subtracting it. That's totally acceptable as well. Okay, if you had to plug it into your y equals, or the answer key only lets you put in y equals. Okay, so instantaneous rate of change equals the slope of the graph. Don't forget that. I've got some textbook problems that I want you to do here, but before you do those, let's look at, I've given this as a ticket out the door before, but you need to do this before you do the textbook problem. So pause the video for a second, think about it, and then come back for my explanation. So this is asking us which function corresponds to the graph of f prime. So let's think about this for a second. When we take the derivative of a function, the degree decreases by 1. So if our original function is a quadratic, the derivative should be linear. Well, aren't we looking at the graph of a line? So which answer choice should I eliminate? B. It's a cubic function. Its derivative is going to be a quadratic. I'm not looking at a parabola. So I know it's got to be either A, C, or D. Really from there, I'm looking at the fact that C and D are very similar. So I'm going to start with those. So I'm just going to take their derivative. F prime of x is 2x plus 4, right? Is that what I'm looking at? No, I'm not looking at 2x plus 4. What am I looking at? I'm looking at 2x minus 4, y-intercept of 4, slope of 2. So this answer is D. Okay, pretty simple. Now work on those textbook problems, page 143, numbers 31 through 34.